Welcome to this yet another mastermind. Now we're doing it fortnightly, and I welcome you to this mastermind. Today we have taken a general topic, and as wellness strategist, I would be trying to give you some perspective on something very important for each one of us, because today whatever lifestyle we are living, whatever food that we are eating, and the way we are digesting is all uh, taking to some kind of concern which everyone is today connected with. So, therefore, today's golden nugget which I have taken is healthy digestion. And for a millennial health frequency, that MHF which we call about, healthy digestion is going to be a must, is a must. Because if you do not have a healthy digestion, you cannot even think of uh, uh, millennial health frequency or any higher frequency as far as the health is concerned. What do you consider as health or healthy digestion? When we say healthy digestion, what actually do you mean? Can I have some response? You can unmute and talk, or you can keep typing in the chat box, because we want to take this in a perspective that when we say healthy digestion, what is your concept about healthy digestion? Is it something that you go to washroom in the morning and you get fresh is healthy digestion? You kind of eat and you do not get any kind of discomfort, it is healthy digestion? What actually your definition of healthy digestion? Can I have someone talking or typing something?
Sir, healthy digestion means we should take only such food which can be digested as per our strength and
Great answer. But what actually is the further? I mean, what actually is the healthy digestion? When you actually mean that it should be digested properly.
healthy digestion, it will result in passing of stool in the morning in time daily as a routine.
Great. Without any discomfort getting created. Right?
Or without any discomfort.
Right. So I'm just muting everyone, and you can unmute and keep talking. There's some noise coming. Yes. So this is very close. Dr. Ravi Prasad has come very close. So what we are talking about is generally our assumption is that we should not have any kind of discomfort, and we should have healthy digestion being done. But today in this session, I'm going to give you some eye openers. Are you ready to get this eye openers? We are going to talk about something to do with digestion, which we have been living with for all whatever age we have, 40 years, 30 years, 45 years, 55 years, 60 years. We have been living with that. And I'm going to give you, in modern life, when we are living and modern diet which we are taking, I'm going to give you some eye openers. Shall we start with the eye openers? Type yes in the chat box if we are all ready here. Great. So let's get started. I will start with something called food, and food as fuel. Everyone understands that, nothing to explain. But I purposely have kept the slide to tell you that what actually food means for us. Food means for us as simple as it is a fuel for us. If your car does not have fuel, it will go in reserve, and after that, it will not work. It will stop. Whatever you do, it will stop. Same way, there's a food required for the body. And if the food is not there, the body will pull for some time, and then it will eventually stop. But then it is not as simple as that fuel. That fuel tank is showing low and it is empty and then it is stopped. It is not that way. It is little complex that when the food is not there, the body has not absorbed that. Even if the food is there, it is not in the form to absorb, the body has not absorbed it. And body has stopped functioning, in the sense that some part of your body, some function of your body, some kind of enzymatic reaction of your body, some kind of hormonal function of your body has stopped functioning, because that nutrient, that food, that something was missing, that was not there. And then it creates that particular issue. So when we understand food as fuel, it is going to be. And when we talk about in the list, it comes number one. When we talk about Roti Kapda Makan, this comes on top. So roti is top. Roti, kapda, uske baad makan. So roti is top, and roti is denoting the fuel. Without food, you can't survive. Our food is the everything, and that it does. What it does, it actually affects every aspect of our being. Our being has got so many aspects, and every aspect of our being is driven by the food. Food decides that every aspect of our life. It's our mood, it's our energy level, it's our thinking capacity, it's our focus, it's our concentration, it is our sleeping habits, it's our sex drive, it's our, how positive we are, how enthusiastic we are, how ticking we are. Everything is decided by the fuel as food. And overall general health we talk about is also decided by the fuel or the food that you intake. Now we go further and you talk about this food, what happens when you eat. It actually breaks down, and it breaks down into small molecules in the form that body can actually take and absorb. And this process happens in your stomach, that is amashay, the first part of it. After that, the small intestine starts. The process happens in that stomach, and this is what is the main aspect, and that is where I'm going to give you some eye openers. A good digestion of that food becomes very, very important for each one of us, because if it is not digested before it enters in your small intestine, then the problem has already started. When you eat any food, they are not in form in which the body can, take the nourishment. Food and drink need to get converted into small molecules, in small nutrients and things like that, so that the body can absorb it. And then the blood can carry it throughout your body. That's how this food is, feeded to the whole body. But before that, it is converted into some kind of molecule, some kind of a small nutrient part and things like that. Digestion process breaks down the food into nutrient, that the stomach does that. And the body then uses it for energy, for growth, for cell repair, for cell rejuvenation, for cell creation. All that is used for. So this is how the basic process is. Nothing very specific about it. Most of us perhaps have read it, known it in our school time, in our biology, in our subjects. And most of us have been teaching our students in their textbook and in their thing there. So it is known fact. I just wanted to keep this in perspective, because what I'm going to talk about is requiring this kind of basic pointers. When we talk about healthy eating is key to well-being, that everyone knows, nothing new to it. But in today's fast-forward life, when our food choices have become unhealthy, we are not eating healthy food most of the time. That's what the line we use. That most of the time we are not eating the healthy food. We are eating unhealthy most of the time. We are eating unhealthy way most of the time, especially for busy professionals, for crazy busy professionals. If you talk about this, it becomes difficult to maintain a healthy food choice and food timing. It is for crazy busy. It is for kind of people which we are. It is for the students which we are. They are studying for hours together. It is for housewife which has got different schedule. It has got for people working and business professionals. Even for people working from home have got different time schedules, and they are not actually following this particular timing, this food and this type and all that. So what is in your plate? Now this is a question becoming very important, that what is in your plate? When you take things in your plate in today's modern life, even when you are surrounding with all foods around, few years back, 10 years back, 20 years back, 30 years back, people were not surrounded with all that food. There were limited food, there were limited type, there were limited variety. Today, there is a variety and variety. Your fridge is loaded with that. Your racks and kitchens are loaded with that. Your dining table is loaded with your food. You have got choices and choices of food. I mean, so much so that you can choose any color, any style, any taste, any flavor, any time. In midnight, you can actually choose. So what is there in your plate is very important. You are deciding what is there going to be in your plate. Most of us eat what comes in front of us. जो भी हमारे सामने आया हम खा लेते हैं. जो भी हमें दिख जाता है उसको हम पसंद कर लेते हैं. There are very many people who would go to a restaurant and instead of looking at the menu, they will actually look at next table and they would tell that particular thing what it is. If they're not knowing what it is, just order that, or perhaps do that. So it is more of a fashion fad, who others are liking, what is looking good, what is feeling good and all that. So some people would like the texture the mouth feel of that food and things like that. But there are hardly very few people who really try to understand that what this food is made of and what it can do after it enters my stomach, what it can do when it enters my body. And that is what is critical thing here. And therefore, I'm going to ask you that who decides what you will eat? Who decides actually? You can type in your chat box or unmute and talk. Who decides that what you will eat today? Because it is a choice that मैं breakfast में क्या लूँगा, मैं lunch में क्या लूँगा, मैं dinner में क्या लूँगा. It's a choice. But who decides that? Earlier, what you will eat was decided by your mother, your wife, your sister, or someone who was actually, taking care of that kitchen and house and things like that, so that they're deciding what will be good, how it will be made tasty, what will be the healthy food that they used to decide. They used to filter out non-healthy things there. They used to clean that out, do that out, and they used to cook that in that taste, which will be good for each one of in the family. And then it used to come in the plate. But why I'm asking this question, that who decides what you will eat today, is not that mother, is not that wife or sister or someone. It is decided by technology today. All of you agree? Type yes if you agree. It is decided by technology today. Why? Because technology decides that what you will eat. Your TV decides what you will eat. When you actually scroll your Facebook, Instagram, or whatever, some tickers there decides. They do neuroplasty to you, and they decide that what you will actually love to eat and what you will eat. And the food delivery apps will decide what you will eat. The Zomato, the Swiggy, all that will decide what you will eat, because anytime or anything you will eat, hungry kya, you can actually go and order it out. When you open Zomato or Swiggy, or for that matter, any food app, you actually perhaps have no idea that what you are going to order. Perhaps you have thought of something else and you went and you ordered something else, because it is presented there. That discount coupon, that something, that new arrival, or some feedbacks given to a particular food would drive that what you will eat. Your mood will decide what you will eat. Today, how the mind is will decide what you will eat. Your children's mind will decide what you will eat. So it is technology primarily is going to decide. Nothing wrong about it. But what is wrong about it is that most of the time, I always say that it is deciding unhealthy for you. The food might be healthy, but it is unhealthy for you. That is how it is getting decided. Everything is focused around your convenience. Everything is focused around availability, because the whole problem is that you are too busy. The whole problem is that you are too busy. You are crazy busy. And that is where the problem starts. So when I say this, I would say that what actually by default you are consuming, by food app you are consuming, by whatever is stocking you are doing in your fridge and your kitchen, or whatever choice you are making, by and large, I always use a word most of the time, what you are eating is perhaps all these. When I'm showing this, I'm actually trying to show you the sugar, nothing to do with this particular item. But then it may not be donut, but it would be your sugar kind of thing. So we're talking about whether you're talking about aerated drink, you're talking about any stuff you find, it is processed flour, maida, and you're talking about extra salt, extra sugar, you're talking about a lot of preservatives everywhere, and you're talking about all unhealthy, and a lot of caffeine everywhere. Every time you feel that coffee pee lete hain, coffee is too good, too great. But how many times you're taking it? What is the amount you're taking it? When you're taking it is all going to decide that what is the caffeine you're doing it. Are you taking it just before you are going to sleep and you're taking that coffee? Look at that. Google it out, what it will do to you, what it will do to your sleep pattern, what it will do to your body. So all that is happening. And this unhealthy and junk food has become the part of our everyday diet. And these leads to few things which everyone knows. That's what I'm coming to in today's slide, is indigestion, acidity, bloating, constipation, whatever you can name it. It is a series of activity that happens. Acidity is common. All of you agree? Acidity is common. Kindly type yes in the chat box so that I can feel that you are on the same page. I'm going to now talk about this subject today. Yes. Now, acidity, you would be surprised to know, most of you might be knowing, is the second most Googled word after weight loss when it comes to health. Health concern, when you Google, this is the second most Googled word after weight loss. It is so common, so critical for most of us. Most of the time, most of us are kind of connected with acidity. This is what it is. Now, why it is so and what it is, that's where the eye opener is, and I'm going to tell you. First, I will tell you something to do with stomach acid, because there is something in your stomach called a stomach acid. Unfortunately, most of the people think that they have more stomach acid, and because of that, the acidity is happening. मेरे पास stomach acid ज़्यादा बनता है, इसीलिए acidity हो रही है. This is what normal common sense says. And they keep treating the stomach acid. In process, they get into the loop of disease, series of disease, एक के बाद एक आता चला जाता है, because they consider that उनके पास stomach acid ज़्यादा बन रहा है, उसकी वजह से acidity होती है. And ये जो loop of disease होता है, it is not only to do with your gut health or gastric or something. It is to do with your skin, it is to do with your hair, it is to do with your obesity, it is to do with your weight, it is to do with your what you call is thyroid. It will get to anything and everything. And that's where it starts. That's where it starts, and we do not even know it, that where we are starting that. It can affect anything and everything. I'm going to tell you something on that, and that is what I have called it as eye-opener. Let me move fast. Here it is. What do you do when your acidity happens? जब आपको acidity होती है, किसी को महीने में एक बार होती होगी, किसी को सप्ताह में एक दो बार होती होगी, किसी को once in a while होती होगी, किसी को every day होती होगी. So what do you do? Can you tell me quickly that what do you do? You can unmute or you can chat. What do you do when acidity happens to you?
We have to take lot of water.
Great.
Eno.
Yes. Anyone else?
We have to take lot of water.
Tulsi Dasji says that antacid tablet. So
Thanks for
Dr. Surya Narayanan is very, natural. So he is perfect. But most of us actually get towards what Tulsi Dasji said, that antacid. So we are getting to antacid. You take antacid, right? People self-prescribe antacid left, right, and center, and keep popping that antacid tablet or pills or that liquid or whatever non-stop. And you find antacid tablet or liquid almost every home. Go to any home and you check your home, you will find antacid for sure. You will find antacid liquid, tablet, whatever. And I know so many of my friends and colleagues and my relatives who have got antacid on their office table, who have got antacid in their bag. The women carry antacid in their purse. So antacid has become that common. Why I have highlighted this topic in little this way, that's so everything is viewed from a different perspective. Everyone thinks that it is due to the high acid formation in my stomach. So acid ko kam karne ke liye take antacid, and they actually do that particular thing. Stomach acid को reduce करने की बात करते हैं. But do you know there can be low stomach acid? Instead of high stomach acid, there could be a low stomach acid. Yes, there could be low stomach acid, and you'll be surprised to note that the medical science and that fact and the data says that there are about 90% people who have got low stomach acid, and only 10% have got high stomach acid. And that 10% also has got occasional high stomach acid, that too because of a lot of spicy food, a lot of junk food, a lot of preservatives, and a lot of chemical processed item taken that has reacted and that has taken the stomach acid high. Even if you take the 10% is the level, then 10% only is getting high stomach acid. This 90% is not getting high stomach acid. They have got low stomach acid. Look at the complex situation of this. Now, if you have got low stomach acid, and that is creating, acidity, indigestion, bloating, gas, acid reflux, or maybe constipation, or whatever, Now the symptom is same. Symptom is going to be same for low stomach acid and for high stomach acid. The treatment is going to be different for low stomach acid and high stomach acid. Someone said that lemon water, I mean, that is the most natural one. If you take ajwain, the most natural one. You take ginger, before you eat, you have acidity, you have a lot of acidity. You take ginger water or some gingers in some form before you take the meal, 15 minutes, 10 minutes before the meal. Or you take any starter soup for that matter, put ginger there. Use lemon there. Use apple cider vinegar there. You use any of these thoughts, these things would actually increase the production of your stomach acid. So stomach acid is low, and that will increase, and stomach acid is required to process this food before it is sent to small intestine. But imagine a situation that if you take antacid, when you are low in the stomach acid, 90%, as I said, is low in the stomach acid, and they're taking antacid. There are so many people, I know two of my friends who actually would take antacid before they eat because they fear, they worry that stomach acid lene se, antacid lene se, ही खा पाएंगे, otherwise खाने के बाद बहुत मुश्किल हो जाएगा. So they take antacid before. Now, this is so dangerous, so horrible. Any of these symptoms, people, link it with high stomach acid always, and they will treat accordingly. But मैं ये बता रहा था कि if your stomach acid is already low and you take antacid, it will further make it low. It will further make it low. And then you do not have the sufficient stomach acid to actually process that food, to actually work on that food. And that food, without processing, is getting into your small intestine. It is fermented one. A fermented food is getting into a small intestine. And after that, what havoc will happen? You have no idea. You have no clue what you're doing. What you're doing with your health, you have no idea. You are actually devastating your health. You have already triggered the button and you are doing it on a daily basis. That's what I said, that I will be giving you an eye opener as a health strategist. And that's what I'm going to talk about. Whether you need antacid. Antacid is required. Sometime antacid is required, but let doctor decide. Doctor, he or she is capable or has that knowledge to decide that you need antacid or not. You cannot self-prescribe. If you have gone for some surgery, you have gone for some hospitalization, and doctor has given antacid, notice that it is given antacid for only 3 days, 4 days or so. 4th day, 5th day, antacid is not given. So that is required because that time you need antacid. They've given those medicine. Doctor prescribes a lot of medicine if you notice. And after that, they write one antacid. Why? Because to break down those molecules of those medicines, those vitamins, those whatever they have given, the antacid is required because more acid production should be stopped. So that is what they have given. But beyond that, if you self-prescribe yourself and do some kind of pudiya cut and some tablet pop like gems ka candy ki tarah, then it is dangerous. So please do not self-prescribe antacid or medication there and do that out. Why? I will now tell you. Excessive stomach acid, let us talk about. There are medical tests which can confirm whether you have excessive stomach acid or not. There are medical tests available. And you may have some food allergy. You may be, sensitive to certain food. We call it food intolerance. You're not able to tolerate that food. So that you have some food intolerance. And that food intolerance keeps developing as you age because of this stomach acid. That is what I'm going to tell you today. Your food intolerance, maybe you are taking dairy, you are taking some kind of, stuff, you are taking fish, you are taking egg, you are taking mutton, you are taking, some stuff right from your childhood, and it was perfectly fine. Suddenly, if someone tells you that you are intolerant to this particular food, you say that how it is, I'm taking since childhood, you are taking. But now, because of this low stomach acid problem, you have now converted that same food as your, non-tolerant food. And you are intolerant to that food. And now you will never be able to tolerate that food because body has assumed that the food is enemy for you. How? I'm going to tell you in coming slide. The question before I will ask you is that, are you stuck in chronic sickness? Chronic sickness, when I'm saying that you started with acidity. You thought आपके पास high acidity है, acid ज़्यादा बन रहा है. You took antacid, you took whatever you did, and you did not change your food pattern and things like that. and you went into a vicious cycle of chronic sickness. एक के बाद एक, and this continued for rest of your life. Take it, rest of your life, this will continue. Why? Because you have gone into a vicious cycle. And today, I would say that a lot of doctors are also helping you to get into that vicious cycle, and you are anyway self-prescribing medicines and things like that. So question is, are you stuck to this acidity and digestion के बाद आने वाले ये सारे चीज? So let us understand this stomach acid quickly. I will tell you about this stomach acid. Most of you might be domain expert of this, but then in quickly for people who are not aware of this, I will tell you. This is your stomach, amashay जिसको कहेंगे आप हिंदी में, and on top you are seeing this esophagus. And what is happening here is that there are three things. One is a stomach acid, which is what? Which is HCl, hydrochloric acid, tejab जिसको कहेंगे. And look at the magnificent machine that body God has created. Is that tejab, if you put it in your skin, it's gone. And that same tejab is there in your stomach. It is getting sprinkled and nothing is burning. Why it is so? It is HCl. It is powerful than that tejab, actually. Peptic acid is that powerful. So what is happening is stomach acid is one. The other one is mucus. You can see there's mucus cell I'm showing here. There's a mucus. Mucus is creating the liner on your stomach so that this acid is not damaging the wall of that thing. If mucus is damaged, if mucus is not there, then the ulcer is getting created because now it is burning. And mucus you can damage with your all that activities. But then three things. One is your stomach acid, one is mucus, and the third is series of a variety of digestive enzymes. Because ये पूरा का पूरा मामला enzymatic reaction का है. Your stomach has got no pathar, no metal, no grinding is happening. You go to your atta chakki, there is a pathar, grinding is happening. In your mixer grinder, there is a grinding or metal is happening. So there is always a grinding. यहाँ तक कि आपके वो सिलवट पे भी there is a grinding happening. So there is a grinding happening. But in your human body, once you take this food in your food pipe and it lands to your stomach, there is no grinding happening. There is no bone, there is no metal, there is no stone, nothing is grinding. What is happening? It is all enzymatic reaction. Something is sprinkling, something is processing, and it is processing and taking things out from your anus the way nothing in the world can process like that. It is the finest processing in the world. No machine can process like this is the processing. So why it is done that way? Because it is the processing that is happening in your stomach. जो भी कुछ है, यहाँ तक कि आपने कोई हड्डी ले ली, कोई bone ले लिया, कोई stuff ले ली, उसको भी it will digest it out. It will पूरा वो acid और वो करके enzyme process करके, then they will send it to this thing. So this was about the process, that how it happens. When we chew our food, यहाँ पे जैसे ही हम chew करते हैं, this joint actually starts producing something called digestive enzyme, pachan ras, saliva, lar, whatever you call it. But जब ये process शुरू होता है, तभी वो signal भेज देता है अंदर, down there, and say that produce stomach acid. तो stomach acid का production कब चालू होता है? जब आप खाना शुरू करते हैं, production चालू हो जाता है उधर. Every time you start eating, the production will start. A signal भेजता है and they produce there. But if you eat 10 times, if you eat snack between the meal, if you keep eating चरैवेती, तो क्या होगा? तो वो हमेशा वो सिग्नल देता रहेगा. उसकी एक कैपेसिटी होगी प्रोड्यूस करने की, वो उतना ही प्रोड्यूस करेगा और वो कम प्रोड्यूस करेगा. इफ यू कीप ईटिंग, वो कम प्रोड्यूस करेगा. तब प्रोसेस करने के लिए वो कम पड़ जाएगा, और जब कम पड़ जाएगा तो वो पूरा प्रोसेस नहीं होगा. If you eat and you drink 1 glass of water, 5 glass of water, everything is diluted, तो कम पड़ गया, वो प्रोसेस नहीं हो पाया. You took a बाल्टी, उसमें 2 स्पून सर्फ या कोई वॉशिंग पाउडर डाला, आपने क्लोथ डाली, वहां तक ठीक था. अब आपने उसमें 2 बाल्टी और पानी डाल दिया, it got diluted. So dilution is taken place. Timing can be wrong, things can happen. अब low stomach acid की बात करते हैं. Let's go to low stomach acid. If stomach acid is not sufficient or low, then it will create problem. क्या problem करेगा? उस food को वो process नहीं करेगा. It will not process that food which was there. And this food, which is non-processed, not fully processed, is now entering into your small intestine. Imagine it is fermented. A fermented food is entering into small intestine, and that is not in broken molecules. Body cannot absorb that. The epithelial intestinal cell that is there in your dots जो आपके small intestine के दीवार पे है, जिसका काम absorb करना है, they are not able to absorb that. आपने गेहूं रख दिया है और उससे रोटी बनाने को बोल रहे हो, cannot make. उसको पहले आटा बनना पड़ेगा, उसको उस फॉर्म में आना पड़ेगा. So that is done, and then nothing is absorbed, and that has got something which is getting rotten. वो सड़ रहा है और वो सड़ते जा रहा है आपके अंदर. Now that has got bacteria, that has got fungal, that has got viruses, which is now growing because उसको growth का environment मिला है, उसको सड़ने का मौका मिला है वहाँ पे, और वो सड़ रहा है. तो there is always billions of bacteria in your body, and that billion of bacteria में there is a good bacteria, there is a bad bacteria, and the bad bacteria का साम्राज्य बढ़ता जा रहा है, and that's what is happening. And when you take antacid there, जो low stomach acid था यहाँ पे, वो low stomach acid further went low, and then this problem started. तो ये जो है हमने stomach acid के लिए वो antacid ले लिया, और उसके बाद कब्ज निवारण चूरन हमने लेने लग गए. And there are so many variety of कब्ज निवारण चूरन, तो हम चूरन लेने लग गए. And चूरन is like a hunter, which actually gives a hunter and your bowel cleanse. It gives a hunter your cleanse, and then later on बिना hunter के कुछ नहीं होगा, and someday everything will fail. So that's what it starts getting into. But that is not subject today. We are talking about antacid today. The stomach acid के बारे में हम बात कर रहे थे. And the last point I want to tell you is the stomach acid is not our enemy. It's not our enemy. The stomach acid is over the limit यदि हो गया तो bad है. And as I said, only 10% people will get over the limit. That too because of certain food and certain type and things like that. Certain disease भी उसको बढ़ा सकता है. Certain medicine वो ले रहा है तो बढ़ सकता है. But then overall, 90% people will not have more stomach acid. So stomach acid is not our enemy. Very few people would have high. ये thumb rule याद रखना है. And when done this way, the stomach acid क्या करता है? It is not our enemy. ये करेगा क्या? तो पहले ये समझना है कि ये जो stomach का part है, this is the only part in our entire body or digestive system that is sterile. ये sterile area है. यहीं पे पूरा स्टेरिलाइजेशन हो रहा है. जो भी आपने लिया है, आपने सांस से कुछ अंदर खींच लिया है, आपने खाने में कुछ ले लिया है, अशुद्धि ले ली है, कुछ भी ले लिया है, कोई भी फंगल, कोई भी बैक्टीरिया, कोई भी वायरस, कोई भी चीज, जो भी कुछ आपने बॉडी के अंदर ले लिया है, उसका पूरा स्टेरिलाइजेशन यहीं पे होने वाला है. That what is the stomach acid का main function is. So it is that important. And there are billion and billions of bacteria, not million, billions of bacteria. Good bacteria, bad bacteria. आपके मुंह से आता है, आपके नोज से आता है, आपके इंटेस्टाइन से आता है, आपके बॉडी में आता है. The function of this stomach acid is to kill anything unwanted that is coming in. उसका काम स्क्रीनिंग करने का है. Anything that is unwanted, kill it. जलाओ उसको, खत्म करो. That's what it is happening. Any unwanted which has traveled through your nose, through your mouth, through your food pipe, windpipe, it will actually clear it out. So basically, acid of a stomach is supposed to be there. वो वहां होना चाहिए और उतनी पर्याप्त मात्रा में होनी चाहिए, sufficiently होनी चाहिए. The stomach acid breaks protein into usable building blocks. छोटे छोटे blocks में तोड़ देता है. It breaks down the vitamins, especially B vitamins, को उसको break करना होता है, minerals को break करना होता है, so that it becomes in a format and it becomes in certain molecules that body can absorb. Especially B12 की बात करें, folic acid की बात करें, zinc की बात करें, calcium की बात करें, iron की बात करें, all needs to be broken down in a certain molecule format. Then and then only it will be absorbed by the body. Otherwise, for body, it is a waste stuff that is taken, and that is now entering into the small intestine. और small intestine के दरवाजे में एक बार अंदर कर गया, तो उसके बाद वो प्रोसेसिंग नहीं हो रही है जो डाइजेशन के लिए होना चाहिए था. कोई एसिड वहां पे नहीं चल रहा. So this is what it happens. Once the stomach acid breaks down the nutrients, it goes into the small intestine, and उसके पहले यदि चला गया, the problem starts there. The stomach acid is required for you to live, for you to survive, digest food, and keep your health in a perfect mode. यदि वो कम पड़ गया, यदि आपने उसको कम करा दिया, तो problem होने वाला है. If it is not needed, then body will not produce it, ना? Why body is producing stomach acid? Why body is producing with a signal कि जैसे ही आप चबाना शुरू करते हो, stomach acid produce होने लगता है. It is because body produces that, उसको करना पड़ेगा, that is important. So it breaks down food and kills all your bacteria, infection, parasites, जो भी आपकी body में आता है. Now let us talk about when you take antacid, जब ये कम है, तो how the antacid works, इस पे पहले बात करते हैं. How the antacid work? It works by stopping the production of your stomach acid. Antacid जब आप लेते हैं, तो वो आपके stomach acid के production को stop कर देता है. That's how it works. And if you are taking antacid when you already have low stomach acid, imagine what is happening. Your stomach acid का production रुका रहे हो आप, already कम है, अब और भी रुका रहे हैं. उसके बाद you are getting into that vicious chronic cycle का circle, जिसमें मैंने बोला कि बीमारी के बाद बीमारी, बीमारी के बाद बीमारी, and you are getting into that. Let's talk about this heartburn stuff. Heartburn is very common. A lot of you would know it, and a lot of you might have faced it. Someone would be facing it on a regular basis. Now, it can go to that critical level. Someone can go to emergency and get admitted in a hospital, and you go to emergency hospital and find the data, and you will find that a good percentage of about 30% plus people with the heart, problem and pain, they reach there, and doctor after analysis tells that it is not heart attack, it is just gas heartburn. You agree with that? Anyone has faced this, or किसी के relative friend में ऐसा हुआ है? It is just gas heartburn. ये इतना severe symptom देगा, इतना severe chest pain देगा कि it will actually take you to emergency and it will make you get admitted there. That's the level. So this is the situation, and this what happens. This is what is the cycle. यदि आपने उस लेवल पे चीजों को रखा है, आप यदि कोई पुड़िया में लेते हैं, टैबलेट पॉप करते हैं, उस स्टाइल में जाते हैं, तो it goes to that level. And there is another word called burping. So why do we burp? A lot of people keep burping. कि वो खाने के बाद निकल रहा है. Once in a while is fine. Once in a while, farting is also healthy. It is good. You should fart once in 24 hours. It is fine. But then, why do we burp? यदि इसकी बात करें, तो your burp during the meal, after the meal, बहुत सारे लोग burp करते रहते हैं. Sometimes you get burp after 2-3 hours of your meal. Now this phenomena I want to explain you. 2-3 घंटे के बाद you took food 2 घंटे पहले, 3 घंटे पहले, and you burp comes, and then it gives you a complete, trailer of your food that you had eaten. That means उसका flavor, उसका smell, उसका taste, सब कुछ आपके मुंह में आ गया एक बार फिर से. What does it tell? Do you know what does it tell? It tells that 2 घंटे हो गए, मतलब वो वहां से बहुत पहले डिपार्ट कर चुका था, और अभी जब भी उस फूड का स्मेल आ गया या उसका टेस्ट आ गया, इसका मतलब ये है कि वो प्रोसेस नहीं हुआ है, वो अभी भी वहीं पड़ा हुआ है, वहीं सड़ रहा है. इसका मतलब स्टोमक एसिड लो है. It is telling that stomach acid is low. It is not capable of processing that whatever you have eaten. And this is that dangerous. So what happens? SIBO की तरफ आप बात कर लें. A lot of you have been facing this and heard this. This is a small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. SIBO is a quite common today. You talk a nutritionist, you talk a dietitian, you talk about, social media, you talk about SIBO everywhere. Why? Because this has become a common thing for everyone. Everyone is talking about this today, and everyone is suffering with this today. Perhaps suffering बहुत लोगों के पास है और मालूम बहुत कम लोगों को है. Now SIBO is a very simple thing, that when it is a serious condition of your intestine, actually affecting your small intestine, but it causes pain, it causes diarrhea, it causes discomfort and murder in your stomach. And what happens is, it is only due to a fermented bacteria, a fermented food has entered into a small intestine. Fermentation क्या करेगा? It will feed wrong bacteria there, it will feed bad bacteria there, और उसको grow करेगा, and it leads to SIBO. ये जो है बैक्टीरियल ओवर ग्रोथ कराएगा वहां पे, और जब वो ग्रोथ कराएगा तो इलाज क्या है? डॉक्टर के पास आप जाएंगे, और एक्चुअली डॉक्टर को भी वही इलाज करना पड़ेगा उस समय, क्योंकि ये बैक्टीरियल ग्रोथ ऐसा हो चुका है, तो डॉक्टर आपको एंटीबायोटिक देगा. You will start with antibiotic, and this is a regular process now. You are now feeding antibiotic to you, and you are actually making that SIBO का जो बैक्टीरियल ग्रोथ है उसको आप और इम्यून कर रहे हो, और आपको हाई डोज का एंटीबायोटिक देना पड़ेगा in future, and you are then getting into that. Root cause you not address. Another one is nausea. You will get nausea. A lot of people खाने के बाद उनको देखिएगा nausea जैसा फीलिंग आता है, बहुत लोगों को आता है. स्पेशली जब विटामिन्स आप लेते हैं, बी विटामिन्स लेते हैं, या कोई तरीके का मेडिसिन प्रिस्क्राइब किया हुआ है, तो nausea फीलिंग आता है. Why? Because बी विटामिन यदि आपने लिया है, जिंक आपने लिया है, तो उसको ज्यादा ब्रेक डाउन की जरूरत पड़ेगी, ज्यादा एसिड की जरूरत पड़ेगी, और आपका एसिड ऑलरेडी कम था, ऊपर से आपने एंटासिड भी खा लिया है, तो मामला गड़बड़ कर दिया है और नॉजिया फीलिंग आएगी। इसीलिए देखिएगा बहुत सारे मेडिसिन जब डॉक्टर लिखते हैं तो डॉक्टर लिखते हैं कि आफ्टर मील, आफ्टर ब्रेकफास्ट। क्यों लिखते हैं? क्योंकि जब आप मील लेंगे तो उस समय ये हिलेगा, उस समय वो सिग्नल जाएगा, उस समय वो दैट टाइम दैट स्टोमक एसिड विल गेट क्रिएटेड, एंड वो उसके बाद यदि आप टैबलेट लेंगे तो एसिड की मात्रा पूरी रहेगी और वो ब्रेक डाउन होएगा। इफ इट डज नॉट ब्रेक डाउन यू विल फील दैट नाउजिया एंड ऑल दैट। सो फूड इंटॉलरेंस एक अनदर चीज है जिसको यहाँ पे समझना है कि ये किस तरीके से डायरेक्टली आपके उस लो स्टोमक एसिड से कनेक्टेड है। अब जब सीबो वाली कहानी हुई, जब कोई फूड अफर्मेंटेड मोड में आपके स्मॉल इंटेस्टाइन में प्रवेश कर गया बिना प्रोसेस हुए, तो वो वहां पे गया और उसको एक दूसरे तरीके का फूड इंटॉलरेंस वाला मामला आ गया। वो जो आप टेस्ट करा के फूड इंटॉलरेंस पता कर सकते हैं, आई विल टेल यू द टेस्ट टुडे आल्सो। तो ये प्रोसेस क्या है, प्रोसेस समझिए। एक उसके पहले एक प्रोसेस समझ लेते हैं लीकी सिंड्रोम का। कितने लोग लीकी गट सिंड्रोम के बारे में जानते हैं? जब ये अधपका सामान, पचा सामान आपके स्मॉल इंटेस्टाइन में चला गया और वो वहां से ब्लड में आ गया, इसको कहेंगे लीकी गट सिंड्रोम। और लीकी गट सिंड्रोम का मतलब हुआ कि जैसे ही ये इंटर होता है ब्लड में, जहां पे इसको नहीं एंटर होना था, जहां पे नहीं जाना था, वहां पे ये एंटर हो गया। कौन सा एंटर हुआ? नॉन प्रोसेस्ड वन, वो वहां पे चला गया, उसका मॉलिक्यूल। अब क्या होना चाहिए? तो नतीजा क्या होने वाला है? योर इम्यून सिस्टम विल वेक अप, बिकॉज बॉडी को तो प्रोटेक्ट करना है, इम्यून सिस्टम उसी के लिए बना है। इट विल वेक अप, ऑटो इम्यून गेट्स एक्टिवेटेड and it starts attacking that food molecule as if it is a enemy, it is foreign particle. तो वही वाला सोयाबीन, वही वाला मिल्क, वही वाला डेयरी, वही वाला लैक्टोज जो आप पहले आराम से खाते थे, अब जो है वो अनप्रोसेस्ड चला गया था। तो बॉडी का इम्यून सिस्टम गॉट अप, इट एक्चुअली अटैक्ड दैट मॉलिक्यूल एंड लेबल्ड इट आउट कि ये जो है खतरा है, ये बॉडी के लिए दुश्मन है। उसके बाद क्या हुआ? Your body became intolerant to that food which actually created that. So therefore, the food intolerance has got direct connection with your low stomach acid and your whole vicious cycle which we are going through. Because body assumes that ये खतरा चीज है और ये खतरा वो चीज हो जाता है, and you actually cannot reverse that food intolerance. एक बार body ने उसको label कर दिया, you can only better things by identifying that food and not taking it out. So therefore, low stomach acid has got direct link with autoimmune condition. Direct link. And that will cause your skin rashes, your irritation, your eczema हो सकता है, skin में किसी तरीके के problems हो सकते हैं। Rheumatoid arthritis का major reason यही है कि आपका intolerant हो जाता है। आप वो वाला food खाते हैं, सीधा वो attack मारता है और सीधा rheumatoid arthritis के सारे activation चालू हो जाते हैं। आपका thyroid disorder चालू हो जाता है, आपका स्काल्प में प्रॉब्लम शुरू हो जाता है, आपका स्किन क्या बोलते हैं, हेयर फॉल शुरू हो जाता है, हेयर थिनिंग चालू हो जाती है, सारा कुछ चालू हो जाता है। एंड इट अफेक्ट्स ऑन योर एजिंग, इट अफेक्ट्स ऑन योर ब्यूटी, इट अफेक्ट्स ऑन योर एवरीथिंग एक्चुअली। सो मैंने बताया जैसे आर्थराइटिस का ये डायरेक्ट कारण का कनेक्ट है। ऑटो इम्यून चेंजेस योर सिस्टम एक्चुअली in short, and that is happening because of low stomach acid that you have created there. So it starts identifying your food as your enemy and it starts attacking those foods one by one. उस फूड मॉलिक्यूल को अटैक करने लगता है एंड गेट्स टू दैट समथिंग कॉल्ड मॉलिक्यूलर मिमिक्री। वो मॉलिक्यूलर मिमिक्री करने लगता है कि अच्छा ये वाला खतरा है हमारे लिए। सो इट क्रिएट्स दैट मिमिक्री। जैसे ही वो दिखा तो उसको अटैक कर डालता है। अब आप तो वो फूड को बचपन से खाते आ रहे थे, तो आप बड़े शौक से खाते हैं, एंड यू नेवर नो दैट वो फूड अब आपके थायराइड को डिस्टर्ब कर रहा है, वो फूड अब आपके उसको डिस्टर्ब कर रहा है, और धीरे धीरे बीमार और बहुत ज्यादा बीमार हो जाते हैं, और वो फिर उस तरीके से वो चलने लग जाता है। द फूड दैट यू नीड टू लिव एंड सर्वाइव सडनली इज लेबल्ड नाउ एज enemy of that body. Look at the complexity of it, how critical and dangerous it could be. So let us talk about one more thing, and that is called H. pylori. This H. pylori is basically called as Helicobacter pylori. This is basically a bacteria that lives in your lining of your stomach, and approximately 2/3 of the world population has got this H. pylori. But कभी कुछ होता नहीं है, बिकॉज बॉडी उतना इम्यून रहता है कि एच पाइलोरी को कुछ करने नहीं देता। जैसे म्यूकस जो अभी का जो ब्लैक फंगस और वो फंगस है वो आपके पास होता है, लेकिन बॉडी उसको हमेशा इम्यूनिटी मेंटेन रखता है, वो कभी आपको कुछ करता नहीं है। वैसे ही एच पाइलोरी आपके पास होता है, 2/3 ऑफ द पॉपुलेशन इन द वर्ल्ड हैज इट, बट इट डज नॉट डू एनीथिंग। बट व्हाट हैपेंस इज, ये जब नॉन प्रोसेस्ड मोड में जाता है, जब ये इम्यून सिस्टम जग जाता है और उसको दुश्मन मान लेता है, तो एच पाइलोरी इंटर करता है और एच पाइलोरी स्टार्ट्स कॉजिंग योर स्टमक अल्सर्स एंड थिंग्स लाइक दैट। अब कैंसर की बात करें तो पेट का कोई भी कैंसर हो, चाहे वो कोलेक्टरल कैंसर हो, चाहे वो गट का कैंसर हो, चाहे वो इंटेस्टिनियल हो, चाहे वो कोलोन हो, ये सारा का सारा कैंसर का बड़ा कारण एच पाइलोरी होता है। और एच पाइलोरी का रूट कारण मैं बता रहा हूं कि ये कहीं ना कहीं से निकल के आया है, जहां पे यू आर एक्चुअली not dealing with the low stomach acid and you are further making it low and low and low. So this will actually, what it will do, H pylori जब enter किया तो it will actually damage all your intestinal flora, और जब वो फ्लोरा डैमेज कर देगा तो वैसे भी कहानी खत्म हो रही है, क्योंकि गुड बैक्टीरिया भी खत्म कर दिया और बैड को बढ़ा दिया और H pylori जैसे दानों को भी वहां खड़ा कर दिया। So that will happen, and then it will lead to something called GERD, which is very common and everyone faces it and knows it, that किस तरीके से गैस्ट्रोफेगेलियल रिफ्लक्स आपको परेशान करता है, एंड दिस हैपेंस। सो इसके बहुत सारे कारण भी हो सकते हैं। आपका बीइंग ओवरवेट कैन बी द रीजन, हेवी ईटिंग कुड बी द रीजन, या फिर बहुत ज्यादा एक के बाद एक खा रहे हैं, बिंज ईटिंग कुड बी द रीजन, बहुत देर तक बेड में पड़े रहते हैं, वो कुड बी द रीजन, स्मोकिंग कुड बी द बिग रीजन, एंड कैफिनेटेड बेवरेज यदि आप लेते हैं, चाहे वो कोल्ड ड्रिंक लेते हैं, चाहे एनर्जी ड्रिंक लेते हैं या कॉफी लेते हैं, तो दैट कुड बी अ रीजन। स्पाइसी फूड इज एनीवे द रीजन फॉर big way for GERD. So nutritional deficiency is the point which we are coming to, that ये सब कुछ करके एक point पे गड़बड़ी आ रही है कि ये सब करके you are heading towards something called nutritional deficiency, because assume a situation that that process did not complete, unprocessed stuff a fermented condition में आपके small intestine में enter हुआ, now it is not in that molecule form that body can absorb, so body is not absorbing it, and you thought that you have eaten all that, and it is not actually in that format, so it is now getting flushed out or getting rotten there, or getting toxicated there. So what is happening is, at the end result, you are not getting nutritional value there, so you are getting nutrient deficient, and जब आप nutrient deficient होते हैं, especially B vitamin प्रोसेस नहीं होता लो स्टमक एसिड में, तो यदि नहीं होता तो आपका बाल झड़ेगा, आपका बाल पतला हो जाएगा, आपका बाल डैमेज होएगा, आपके स्किन में तकलीफ आएगी, आपका स्किन जो है एजिंग करने लगेगा, उसमें रिंकल्स आने शुरू होंगे, उसमें दाग धब्बे झाइयां आनी शुरू हो जाएंगी, उसमें ड्राइनेस आना शुरू हो जाएगा। ड्राई स्किन कुड बी वन ऑफ द रीजन। तो ये जो है, और बाकी डैमेज जो करेगा अंदर वो तो टॉक्सिक करेगा, वो हार्मफुल बैक्टीरिया ग्रोथ करेगा और वो सारा कुछ करेगा। तो हेयर फॉल है, कांस्टेंट कॉन्स्टिपेशन बनना, ड्राई स्किन होना, ये सारा कुछ रीजन आपको परिणाम में मिलने लगेगा। So what is the solution? So quickly we talk about solution. I think I've taken a lot of time, 50 minutes I've been talking about the problem. So let us talk about solution quickly. And the quickly is the solution, क्या करना चाहिए? तो couple of solution. One is the stress. Research says, NCBI paper says that stress is the core reason, one of the biggest reason for your stomach acid to produce low. लो स्टोमक एसिड प्रोडक्शन का सबसे बड़ा कारण स्ट्रेस है। आप यदि तनाव में हैं, स्पेशली जब आप खाना खा रहे हैं, जब उस समय सिग्नल भेज रहा है कि प्रोड्यूस स्टोमक एसिड, उस समय यदि आप तनाव में हैं, जो हम सब लोग हैं, आज वर्क का तनाव है, वर्क फ्रॉम होम का तनाव है, कोविड का तनाव है, इकोनॉमी का तनाव है, बिजनेस का तनाव है, नौकरी का तनाव है, रिलेशनशिप का तनाव है, बच्चों के एग्जाम का तनाव है, देयर आर सो मेनी स्ट्रेस गोइंग ऑन, एंड हम स्ट्रेस में जी रहे हैं, फ्यूचर अनसर्टेन फ्यूचर, सब चीज का तनाव है। तो ये तनाव आपके साथ रहता है, एंड व्हेन यू कैरी दिस तनाव विथ योर डाइनिंग टेबल और योर फूड, it is not going to allow your stomach acid to get produced in the quantity that it should get produced. So what is happening is that the stomach acid production is low, and therefore you should calm down when you eat. कोई भी religion follow कीजिए, मंत्र कीजिए, क्या बोलते हैं उसको, कोई पूजा करिए या फिर किसी तरीके का ध्यान करिए, शांत होइए, but it is all headed towards one thing called stress कम कीजिए उस समय. And there's some big theory, you all have heard it, is called rest and digest. If you rest, then only it will digest. That means shant hoke, stop that working lunch, working dinner, and all that meeting karke khana or wo karke khana and all that. Because you need to have shant mind for that stomach acid to get produced to that quantity. So this is one thing. The second thing I would say is drink your food and chew your water. You have known this theory in MHF that खूब चबा के खाएं, जितना देर तक चबाएंगे उतना एक तो वो बारीक grind हो जाएगा, because this is the last grinder in the whole process. And the second thing is, if you chew more, the signal will go more and more stomach acid will get produced, and that will happen. The next one is healthy food choice रखें आप. What to eat, how much to eat, when to eat, how to eat, all that 5 things which we have talked about. Overeating को control करें, constant eating को control करें, snacking between the meal control करें, or reduce the portion of your meal. Eat more frequently is fine, but reduce the portion of your meal, and do that. Reduce the sugar and salt intake, junk food intake, and things like that. Now next one is get your food intolerance test done. ये बहुत simple test होता है जो आपके blood का sample लेगा, and it will give you the complete parameter of your 217 parameters of your food. It will give you, and it will, very simple test, and it will tell you that where you stand today, what all foods are intolerant for you. And if you want, I can help you with this. It is here, food intolerance test. ये पूरा का पूरा एक blood test है जो आपके घर से sample collect हो जाएगा pan India wherever you are, और आपको report आ जाएगी. So you do not have to even step out. So this is what it does. This is the food intolerance test. Food intolerance is prevailing among 45% of world population. That is what is the scenario. This is WHO का कोई data मैं आपको दिखा रहा हूँ. और ये टेस्ट है जिसमें 217 पैरामीटर्स कवर होते हैं, और ये पूरा का पूरा फूड इंटॉलरेंस है. और ये जो रिपोर्ट आएगी, the report will come like this. There will be something called pitch and red. There would be yellow कि इसको avoid करें, इसको ना लें. There will be red also, which will say that इसको बिल्कुल ना touch करें. And the green one is that you are safe with, you can do that and you can use it. So this is where it is. Food intolerance, यदि आपने time पे address नहीं किया, before it is too late इसको address नहीं किया, so it can lead to all of these. You will not know, suddenly thyroid change हो जाएगा. एक बार thyroid change हुआ, आपका पूरा का पूरा thyroid system पे काम चालू हो गया. Lifelong, rest of your life you're taking medicine, and thyroid will do obesity, thyroid will do your mood swing, thyroid will do your skin and hair problem, and this problem and that problem. So any of this problem you talk about, arthritis is most common. If someone is getting arthritis in young age, blame it to low stomach acid and vicious circle. This is what it is happening. So rheumatoid, infertility, skin disorder, basically getting into celiac disease, getting into asthma. The same गेहूं की रोटी बहुत बढ़िया से खा रहे थे, it was nutrition for you, suddenly you became celiac sensitive and things like that. So all that is happening today. Balanced diet is another one. So this is a test available. If anyone is interested, you can Google and do it out. And ThyroCare also does this test. If you want me to help you out, I will give you with 10%, 15% ka coupon on that, and you can do that out with a discount. This is balanced diet. Balanced diet का मतलब हुआ कि you take balanced diet. Balanced diet has got a lot to do with your production of that thing. B vitamin and zinc, you can study, you can ask any senior doctor, and they will tell you that zinc and B vitamin is required in sufficient quantity for you to produce the sufficient stomach acid. So balanced diet for all that, vitamins, minerals, nutrients are required, and you should ensure in your food that you are taking it. And last time, I think I have given you some of the product ka detail, which is there in Goyang brand. And I've also given you one coupon code that was MHF 35. The coupon code is MHF 35. You go to wealthylife.in and you could apply that code, and you will get 35% additional discount over and above the discount which is there on any product there. Best price of Amazon, you will get additional discount. That's what we have got. So this was the product which I talked about. This is country's finest balanced nutritional supplement, which is immuno and nutrition. So this is basically NutriMuno, which has got 44 vital nutrients, the highest in the country, and plus 17, immunity boosters. So this has got an MRP of 1,999, has got 37.5% discount on the website. It is selling at 1,250. And I have given you MHF 35, which applies over and above that. So you actually get at the factory cost. And I thought this is the gift for each one of you in MHF, that you will get always at the cost, and that too with free delivery. So that is what, if in case you need it, it is there. A lot of you have taken, I think 15 days back. Natural supplements could be another solution. Natural supplement, since your low stomach acid can cause vitamin malabsorption. That's the problem. So vitamin malabsorption ko bachane ke liye, you need to have natural supplements. And you may want to consider, things like, vitamins, minerals, deficiency का कोई टेस्ट कराइए, वहां तक ठीक है, टेस्ट कराइए, उसके लिए टेस्ट अवेलेबल है, नो दैट क्या क्या कम है, लेकिन उसको पूरा करने के लिए, एसिड की प्रोडक्शन को बढ़ाने के लिए, गो फॉर नेचुरल सप्लीमेंट्स. एंड नेचुरल सप्लीमेंट क्या क्या हो सकते हैं? तो नंबर 1 इज योर सौंफ, फनल सीड्स. आपके घर में सौंफ है, आपके किचन में सौंफ है. सौंफ क्या करता है? इट हैज द एबिलिटी टू काम डाउन योर डाइजेस्टिव सिस्टम. It calms down. I will share the product by link, Sunny. So it calms down your digestive link. And antibacterial property इसके अंदर कूट कूट के भरा हुआ है. इसके अंदर एक फाइटोन्यूट्रिएंट पाया जाता है सौंफ के अंदर, जिसको कहते हैं एनेथॉल. एनेथॉल के पास इतनी कैपेबिलिटी है उस फाइटोन्यूट्रिएंट के अंदर कि वो आपके बैड बैक्टीरिया को क्लियर करता है और आपके सिस्टम को काम डाउन करता है. इट इंड्यूसेस इट बूस्ट्स योर व्हाट यू कॉल इज सिस्टम टू प्रोड्यूस मोर एसिड, एंड दैट इज रिक्वायर्ड देयर. तो ये एसिड रिफ्लक्स को तो प्रिवेंट करेगा, वो डाइजेशन कंप्लीट कर देगा. द अनदर वन इज योर कोरिएंडर, धनिया. सब लोग जानते हैं हर के सब्जी में रोज होती है, हर के खाने में रोज होती है. कितनी मात्रा में होती है और कितनी मात्रा में आप उसको ले सकते हैं, कितनी प्रोसेस तरीके से ले सकते हैं. तो कोरिएंडर के अंदर एंटी इन्फ्लेमेटरी प्रॉपर्टी होती है, ये सबको मालूम है. एंड दैट इज व्हाई जब भी कोई अर्थराइटिस की बात हो या कोई इन्फ्लेमेटरी डिजीज की बात हो तो धनिया देखिए हमेशा आयुर्वेद में, यूनानी में, सिद्धा में इस्तेमाल करते हैं. क्यों? क्योंकि इसके पास एंटी इन्फ्लेमेटरी प्रॉपर्टी है और ये एंटीसेप्टिक भी है. और यही रीजन है कि माउथ अल्सर में देखिए धनिया का हमेशा इस्तेमाल किया जाता है. तो वेरी क्लियरली इसके पास एंटी इन्फ्लेमेटरी है, एंटीसेप्टिक प्रॉपर्टी है और ये मैजिकली काम करता है आपके इंटेस्टिनियल इश्यूज पे. ब्लोटिंग है, गैस्ट्रिक है, डायरिया है, नोजिया है, आपका कॉन्स्टिपेशन हो गया, ऐसी कोई भी चीज हो रही है तो धनिया उस पर बहुत बढ़िया काम करता है और ये जो है बढ़िया सॉल्यूशन देता है. अब इसके साथ क्या खासियत है कि ये जो है डाइजेस्टिव हार्मोन्स जो होते हैं उसको प्रोड्यूस करने में, देयर आर वैरायटी ऑफ डाइजेस्टिव एंजाइम, उसको प्रोड्यूस करने में ये मदद करता है. स्टिमुलेट करता है आपके लीवर फंक्शन को भी, जिसका डाइजेशन से अच्छा खासा लेना देना है. So coriander is another one. And the third thing I would say is ajwain. Ajwain is carom seeds. Now ajwain again is very unique. Why? Because it has got an active ingredient, enzyme, that is called thymol. Thymol के पास ऐसा पावर है कि वो गैस्ट्रिक जूसेस जो हैं, जो गैस्ट्रिक एसिड्स हैं या गैस्ट्रिक एंजाइम्स जितने भी हैं, उनके सेक्रेशन को इम्प्रूव करता है. इसीलिए कभी भी आपके पेट में गुटर पुटर होती है तो एज ओल्ड ये कहा जाता है कि इतना अजवाइन लेके आपने फाँक लिया, उसको चबा लिया. बहुत लोग अजवाइन ही रखते हैं अपने बॉटल में सामने टेबल पे, थोड़ा सा कभी ले लेते हैं और उनका बहुत अच्छा लगता है. दिस हैज गॉट दैट प्रॉपर्टी और ये इतना सारा चीज है जो उसको बढ़िया करता है. और ये पेप्टिक अल्सर को भी ट्रीट करता है. इसका मतलब क्या हुआ कि इसके पास वो प्रॉपर्टीज भी हैं जो थेराप्यूटिक काम कर रहा है प्रॉब्लम्स होने पे. नाउ आई एम गोइंग टू टेल यू दैट यदि ये धनिया, ये अजवाइन और ये सौंफ, इसकी पूरी मात्रा एक्सट्रैक्ट के तौर पे ली जाए. एक्सट्रैक्ट का मतलब क्या हुआ? एक बाउल आपने अजवाइन लिया, उसमें से एक चुटकी मैं निकालूं तो वो एक्सट्रैक्ट हुआ. यदि इस फॉर्म में आपको दे दिया जाए, कन्वीनियंट फॉर्म में दे दिया जाए और ये कहा जाए कि वो उतने उतने धनिया, अजवाइन और उसका पर्पस पूरा हो गया आपका सौंफ का, और आपने एक ड्रॉप में ले लिया, तो हाउ ग्रेट दैट वुड बी. यस, आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट दैट काइंड ऑफ अ प्रोडक्ट. And this is a product that I have is in Goyang brand, is सौंफ, धनिया, अजवाइन का extract से बना हुआ drop, and it is 30 ml drop, that's all. Whenever you are drinking water, you can just put 1-2 drops there. You can put it in your jug, in your water bottle, in your water filter का pot, anywhere. 10-20-25 बूंद आपने डाल दिया तो पूरे दिन भर का हो गया. कभी सामने से डाल के ले लिया. So this is what it is, and it takes care of everything. You can get instant result, 2 hour, 3 hour, you can find yourself better, and a natural way and natural alternative of that antacid that you are taking and damaging the whole system. This is complete natural, and it does it out without any preservative, without any chemical synthesis. So this is what the product is. This is Digest is the name. So it actually makes all that work. This is 10 drop. यदि आपने ले लिया डाल के, so this is what for crazy busy people, for the students, for people, it is that great. And this takes care of that particular one. When you talk about the price of this, it is actually 249 rupees. And it is available at 199 rupees at Amazon and Big Basket and things like that. And if you apply that MHF 35, you get further additional one above that 199. So these are the things, and that is what was the session today. So this was a concern which I thought we must know, and I'm sorry I've taken the whole time and more than 2 minutes more. Thank you so much. And if you have any question quickly, you can ask, and you have to say something.
Dr. Rajesh, today
Yes.
is a wonderful session. Thank you very much. I think we understood that before taking food, we should take some lemon water instead of antacid.
Ginger water is further great. If you're taking any soup or something, put ginger, lemon, or something in that.
But taking lemon water or ginger water is not good. Huh?
Not immediate with the food, because you should avoid taking the intake of water 15-20 minutes before the food. You should not dilute your stomach at that time.
So we should not take water before food.
You should not take water more than a sip or two before food. 15-20 minutes before food and 20 minutes after food, you should not drink anything, even not the chach and all that. Normally people, take good food and order hotel go ki ek chach glass leke aao. It is very common.
But I'm sorry, but a lot of people are telling we should not have we should have a food for 50%, 25% to 35%. Water should be there. That is why you have to take water.
That's already
before
there in your
food.
food, sir. That's already there in your food, sir. Because when you
Okay,
take the food, you do not take the food in the dry and a powder format, is it? You take it in a format which actually is, created as paste and put inside. So your curry, your dal, your sabji, your rasa, all that, your curry and your dal and all that is actually what? Sambar is all what? It is actually that percentage which you're talking about.
Okay.
And anyway, while eating, you will anyway take 1 or 2 sip of water. Without that, you can't, gulp it. So 1 or 2 sip to clean your teeth also, 1 sip you will take after the food. So that percentage is anyway, quota is over. So you should not take water and drink again.
How to
yes, good morning, Roscoe.
Yes, sir.
Can I ask?
Yeah, anyone can ask once at a time. Yeah.
By buying this product, which website I have to go?
Wealthylife.in. I'm just typing the thing here. I'll also put you in the WhatsApp. Wealthylife.in.
Thank you. Thank you.
This is the site, wealthylife.in. And there, all of you have got one coupon code given, discount coupon given, that is called MHF 35, MHF, Millennial Health Frequency 35. This you have to apply at the time of checkout. When you apply, automatically that 35% additional discount will apply over and above everything. So it will become as good as, or sometime lesser than the cost price. But then that is what I've given you. And that applies to any product, any type. Yeah.
Good morning, Roscoe.
Good morning, sir.
It's a wonderful session. Rather, it's an eye-opening session. I have heard this word low stomach acidity for the first time.
Oh.
And Doctor, let me tell you, most of the doctors with humble, grace towards their profession, but they are prescribing antacid tablets along with the medicines.
Yes.
So this is figuring out something that everything they are considering as hyperacidity.
Yes. No, they are knowing, they are aware of, but most of them, I think, this is a vicious circle. Like you are seeing this Wuhan and the whole Bill Gates connection and all that. It is a big picture. So what is happening is, as I said, that is a gateway of all your chronic diseases. Right. If that door is closed, then what will be this profession all about?
Right.
So I'm not saying everything is unethical, but there is some area where things are that way.
The percentage you have expressed 90 is to 10%.
There on the Google, I did not tell. So today you can Google anything in the thing. Okay. I'm never a content creator. I'm a curator. So as a strategist, I know a subject and I would put everything in the small short duration so that I can give you, so that you do not have to study all that. I'm not knowledgeable. You are not knowledgeable. So it is there. The fact is that 90% people have got low stomach acid, and today new generation has got only low stomach acid.
Yes, Doctor Sahab, I missed out few things in between.
I'm
due
going
to
to put the recording in the group so you can anytime view it again.
Okay, Doctor. Thank you very much. Thank you so much.
Yes, Dr. R.B. Prasad, you wanted to ask something. R.B. Prasad, sir, you wanted to ask something. Anyone else has got something to ask?
Sir, Ranganathan here.
Yes,
Morning.
Ranganathan, sir.
Sir,
Good
actually, this was a wonderful session on acidity. It was a very
And you are authority, sir. You are so senior scientist, and I'm too small in front of you. So
no, sir. Actually, can we have similar session for constipation also?
yes,
This is
yes,
the second.
we can very well have. Yes, yes. Good
Oh,
suggestion.
yes.
We'll have it.
Oh.
Great.
You can have a stress reducing section also.
We had one, sir. We had one. So I'll send you the link, and we will have another one.
Thank you.
In fact,
Thank
just
you,
before
Rajesh.
that we had that stress addiction session. The last session was, are you addicted to stress, was the subject, and how to come out of that. The recording is there in the
Please.
MHF group.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes,
If
sir.
it's possible, please send the link.
Yes, I will share in your WhatsApp.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, Pratik, ask me.
Yeah. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Pratik.
Yes. Sir, just wanted to ask, I gone through the link and there I found two variants of proteins. So
Yes.
which we should prepare, which should be easily digestible?
Both are equally good. Both are PDCAS 1.0, which is the highest PDCAS score in the world. And both are using DuPont material, so they are finest material in the country. Both are sugar-free. The only difference is one is made in Ayurveda, which has got, Brahmi, Ashwagandha and things like that, and 95% protein. And the other one is made with all the amino acids balanced together. Both are finest protein. So you can take any.
Which is the Ayurveda variant, sir?
The protein. Protein plus
Okay.
is the FSSAI. Protein is Ayurveda.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Dr. Rajesh, I apologize to ask you another question.
Yes,
I'm taking ashwagandha tablet, Ayurveda, and
Yes.
garlic plus. Sorry,
Yes.
not garlic. What is called? I'm taking ashwagandha and what is called it? Okay, that is blood thinner into
Blood
natural,
thinner.
no?
Okay. Yes.
Natural form. I have forgotten. Whether I can take ashwagandha in empty stomach?
Yeah, you can take. It is good. It is good. But blood thinner, you should continue. Without doctor's permission, you should not stop.
Okay.
Take care of your what you call is lipid health, and make sure that your lipid is healthy. Your triglyceride, your homocysteine, your all that cholesterol level, total cholesterol level, LDL, HDL, all that you should be very extra cautious, because you're already on blood thinner, and you should ensure that your congestion is not there anywhere.
Okay.
So fat which is there in your blood, like triglyceride and all that, should not get deposited, should not get created.
See, after COVID, my recollecting capacity has come down like anything. How to improve that?
NutriMuno is the product which is put as best post-COVID supplement. And I think on Amazon also, Big Basket also, I'm selling a huge number, and you have to just use it for 60 days. 2-pack will go for 60 days, and you will yourself find the difference. NutriMuno. I just gave you the image of that. NutriMuno is a product which you can order, and you will get further 35% discount on that, and it will get delivered to your home. Just use it for 2 months. Every time you drink milk, just put 1 spoon. It has got everything, every vitamin, every mineral, insufficient RDA they call it. No?
Thank you.
The recommended dietary allowance for daily, that is there in it. So you take 2 spoons and you are done with RDA.
Okay, any other natural like pranayama, anything to recollect?
Pranayama, so I had sent you the link, and you should follow that. Most of you should follow after COVID. You should follow 20 minutes pranayam, and you should follow that Om Ucharan thing, because Om Ucharan, whatever this trial is going on in Gulf and all that of that spray, nasal spray, is nothing but nitric oxide. And in Indian culture, if you do Om Ucharan, or even if you are some other religion and you do Amin Ucharan, this Om will actually do the vibration in your stomach, in your chest, and in your this area. And this Om is creating nitric oxide in sufficient amount in your nasal cavity, better than that nasal spray. Why? Because nasal spray is chemically processed, synthesized. It has got some chemical process, and this is natural. So you are naturally doing that. So today in COVID, जिसको कोई COVID नहीं हुआ है, doing this Om Uchcharan is actually going to keep you away from COVID. Why? Because it is doing that all nitric oxide in your nasal cavity. All bacteria is, viruses are getting killed. The second is if you had,
Please send me.
then at least you will not get towards any complication. White fungus, black fungus, yellow fungus, you will not get into that. So Om Uchcharan should be there 15 minutes minimum, 20 minutes minimum every day. And the process should be very good. Process is that breathe in, jitna kheech sakte ho. And then you start and go to, 30, 40, 45 seconds. And you will easily
Will you
do
please-
60 seconds. And
please
do
send
it
the
10
link?
times.
I am apologizing. Will you please send the link?
I will send you I had sent you, sir, in your WhatsApp, if you remember.
No.
When you were suffering with COVID, I had sent you a link, which was actually
So you
talking
send-
about to do the Om.
Okay. Will you
I will
please send?
please send you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so
A
much.
great
It was a
session.
wonderful session.
Great session.
Yeah, wonderful session. And anyone else has got something, or we should sign off?
We owe a lot to you. We owe a lot to you.
My pleasure, sir.
Really.
We are a good community. Thank you so much. So we sign off and have a relaxed Sunday, and take care. Stay safe. Thank you so much. Bye.